Shall we begin? Are we ready?
Yes. Good afternoon.
Only and only 14 students yet. Why so less? आज बोलने की बात थी इसलिए.
I guess, sir.
चलिए, let's begin. So those who are ready, they can. Is there an option of raising hand here? ऐसा कुछ option? हाँ, please. Okay, let's start. Let's start with Sheenu. So what? Prajapati. Okay. Where's Mayank Chavla today? He was the one who said we should have this class, and he is the one who's not there. So unfair. Okay, let's begin. Give me a second. Shall I be noticing down all your issues? Wait a second. Okay, students, I have got a notebook where I'll be noticing your mistakes and then we'll be discussing after you finish. Chaliye, let's begin. Who wants to go first?
सर
Yes, please go ahead.
सर इंट्रोडक्शन को देना है या ये देना है या सर कोई पूछेंगे क्वेश्चन
नहीं,
है
नहीं, कोई
दैट आई
कुछ
हैव टू
पूछेंगे,
आंसर.
आपको अपना इंट्रोडक्शन खुद देना है.
ओके सर मैंने ट्राई किया बट आई डोंट नो इट इज
हाँ, डजंट मैटर, ठीक है, इट्स ओके, स्टार्ट करो.
होला. ओके सर. होला mi amo Shringarika. Soy de Nuevo Delhi. E eco diseño de moda. Yo tengo dos hermanos y uno hermana. Ok. एक मिनट सॉरी. Estoy casado. Estoy casado. Okay. सर एक estaba trabajando pero ahora estoy en un descanso. Ahora yo estudio español.
Sí, muy
Okay.
bien.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias. Okay.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Muchas
Because जो gracias word है वो feminine है, तो that's why muchas gracias. First of all.
Okay, so got it.
Second, when we say ola, h is silent. तो आपने होला बोला था, वो h silent होगा.
Okay, sir.
Then you said yo soy de Nuevo Delhi. Nuevo Delhi मतलब Nuevo नहीं होगा, Nueva Delhi होगा.
Okay.
Then you said a eco. इसको बोलेंगे a echo. I have done this course. I guess fashion designing, whatever you said. Then you said yo tengo dos hermanos. No, you don't say dos hermanos. You say dos hermanos.
Okay, sir. Dos hermanos. Got it.
देन आपने पास्ट टेंस यूज किया, वो चल जाएगा, बाकी सब चलेगा. ठीक है, गुड इनफ, परफेक्ट. थैंक यू शीनू सिंह. नेक्स्ट.
Muchas gracias. Muchas
मुचास
gracias. Muchas gracias.
मुचास ग्रासियास.
Muchas gracias.
परफेक्टो. muy bien. चलिए नेक्स्ट बताइए. है कोई और उद्देश्य?
Sir, hola, buenos tardes a todos. Me llamo Udesh y tengo 23 años. Yo vivo en Parque Verde, Nueva Delhi, con mi familia. Yo soy ingeniero mecánico, I'm sorry, lo siento, mecánico. Me gusta cantar, leer y cocinar mucho. Yo quiero aprender español. Mi primer profesor de español, que es señor Mayank, es muy simpático y inteligente. Mi película favorita es Three Idiots. Mis deportes favoritos son el baloncesto y el levantamiento de pesas. Mis amigos dicen que soy un hombre muy interesante. Eso es todo. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, señor Deshe. Pero, what is L-E-E-R in Spanish?
Lead, sir, to read.
लीर नहीं होता, ये खीर नहीं है, खीर डबल ई वाला ई नहीं है, ये होता है ले लेर
Okay, लेर. Okay, sir, लेर.
Perfect. Then you said pellicular नहीं होता, pelliculas होता है, pellicula movie.
Película.
Then you said Miss Deportes, I guess famoso.
Deportes.
हाँ, फिर आपने बोला Son S.L. Baloncesto.
मतलब सर, I was talking about two things, so I use son.
But फिर आपने S दोबारा क्यों बोला, जो आपने said वर्ब को conjugate कर दिया वहाँ पे son में?
Oh, I'm sorry, मैं L बोलना चाह रहा था वो.
हाँ.
Okay, S बोल दिया.
Son El Baloncesto E whatever. I guess you said fishing.
Weightlifting.
Wait, what did you say?
Levantamiento de pesas.
Pesas, o sea, मेरे को लगा pescas. Pescado.
pesas.
Fish, okay? Perfect.
Pescado is fish, right.
हाँ, तो I thought, okay, perfect, no issues. Next. Perfect Udesh.
Right.
Buenas tardes, sir.
Buenas tardes, Devangana.
Me llamo Devangana Jaiswal. Tengo 27 años. Soy de Lucknow, pero vivo en Nueva Delhi. Mis pasatiempos están jugando ajedrez, escuchando música, cocino, bailando. Quiero hacer viajar, quiero hacer muchas cosas. Me encanta conocer gente nueva y hacer amigos nuevos. Mis colores favoritos son el blanco y el negro. Mi cocina favorita es naan con paneer. Creo en el trabajo duro. Creo en el poder del amor. Soy un optimista. Quisiera saber cosas nuevas. Soy una chica madura de 27 años. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Devangana. Pero अभी मेरे ख्याल से हमने किसीरा सीखा नहीं, but you have used, it's okay. Then you said, okay, when you said Miss Pasatiempos son, then you were writing playing, listening, dancing, ऐसा बोल रहे थे ना? इंग्लिश में वो ठीक है, but स्पेनिश में आप उसको फुल वर्ब लिखेंगे. एग्जाम्पल यू विल से jugar el baloncesto, escuchar la música, bailar y conocer las personas. ऐसा प्रॉपर पूरा वर्ब बोलेंगे. आप उसको इंग्लिश की तरह खिरुंदियो नहीं बनाएंगे. ऐसा इसका एक मैं सबको बता देता हूँ, बिकॉज इसमें इशू क्या है. द इशू विच यू, बिकॉज यू आर इक्वेटिंग इट टू इंग्लिश. एग्जाम्पल समझते हैं. सपोज करो हमने यहाँ लिखा, सपोज फुमार es malo para la salud. तो यहाँ पे इसका फुमार का मतलब होता है टू स्मोक. तो स्मोकिंग इज इंजूरियस और बैड फॉर हेल्थ. तो यहाँ पे मैं स्मोकिंग इंग्लिश में तो आईएनजी फॉर्म बोल रहा हूँ, खेरुंदियो फॉर्म, बट मैं यहाँ पे फुमांदो नहीं बोलूंगा, मैं यहाँ पे फुमार ही बोलूंगा. एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई से दैट डांसिंग इज अ गुड एक्सरसाइज, तो आई से बाइलार Es un ejercicio bueno. ओके तो मैं यहाँ पे बाइलांडो नहीं लिखूंगा, मैं बाइलार लिखूंगा. वो इंग्लिश का स्ट्रक्चर है, ये स्पेनिश का स्ट्रक्चर है.
Okay, sir.
क्लियर? परफेक्ट. गुड देवांगना.
Thank you, sir.
So you're from Lucknow.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes. Sí, continúa. ¿Con él?
Hola.
Saurabh. Hola Saurabh, ¿cómo estás?
Hola. Buenas tardes a todos. Me llamo Saurabh. Yo soy de India y 18 años. Tengo 18 años. Yo vivo en Nueva Delhi con mi familia y hablo inglés e hindi y poco español.
Poco español también, sí. Muy bien.
Me gusta yo estudio aplicaciones de computadora y español en IGNOU. Me gusta jugar el videojuegos y encontrar nuevas personas. En mi tiempo libre prefiero escuchar las canciones de español y mi favorita canción es Por Primera Vez de Camilo, porque es una canción muy bonita. That's all.
Okay, perfect. So you said yo hablo. H में again. Can I write here? Let's know the way it's not a writing test. Hablar में H is silent. आपको hablo नहीं बोलना. It's hablo. Okay. Then and it's not a test. We are just practicing. There's no test. We're just doing it so that you all can get a spoken practice. Okay. Then you said nuevas personas. No, we say personas nuevas. First comes the noun, then comes the adjective. तो ये same आपने गलती उसमें करी. Mi canción favorita बोलेंगे. ना कि mi favorita canción. And then how do you say prefiero?
I prefer.
हाँ तो you said preferio. ऐसा कुछ something was. Okay.
बोलने में समझ ही गया.
ठीक है, no issues. Perfect. Next. Anyone else? Otros chicos. Yes, Supriya, go ahead.
Buenas tardes, sir.
Buenas tardes.
Mi nombre es Supriya Yadav y tengo 19 años. Soy de Kanpur. Vivo con mis padres, hermano mayor y también tengo un perro. Mi hobby es bailar y ver series web. Mi serie web favorita es Friends y completado mi graduación con física y aplicaciones informáticas. Soy profesora de profesión. Gracias.
Profesora de profesión. What does this mean?
I'm a teacher by profession.
अच्छा, oh, नहीं ऐसे मिलेंगे. Yo soy profesora is fine, but what do you teach? ¿Qué enseñas?
En la escuela.
¿Pero qué? Matemáticas, hindi, inglés, español.
Computer.
Computadora. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you said hobby. We don't say hobby. It's afición. Okay, afición means check करेंगे afición. ठीक है. Then you said completada. No, it's completado. और cumplido भी बोल सकते हैं. Complete verb. I completed my studies. हाँ, completado. Good, cool enough. Next, anyone else? After Supriya, there was someone. Yes, Miss Anita.
Buenas tardes a todos. Discúlpeme porque tenía que ir a algún lado. y llegué ahorita.
Sí.
Bueno, todos, me llamo Anita Chambial, y soy mucho más en edad que ustedes. Tengo 59 años y yo trabajaba de profesora en una universidad y después me jubilé. Jubilé is to retire. Me jubilé como la directora de este instituto, de esta universidad. Y bueno, ¿para qué estoy aprendiendo español? Les quiero decir que hace como 35 años yo tuve una oportunidad de ir a México. Mi papá trabajaba en la Embajada de la India y toda la familia lo acompañó allá y vivimos en este país para 4 años. Y entonces, pues sí pude aprender español y también tomé unas clases y toda mi familia habla español. Ya tengo como 35 años, les dije que aprendí hace 35 años, pero hablamos entre nosotros, mis hermanos, mis papás, a veces cuando hablamos por teléfono, no mucho, pero sí hablamos un poco en español. Y pues sí sé hablar, pero hay muchas cosas de gramática que todavía no lo sé. Y por eso estoy tomando este curso. Y pues quiero hacer algo con este conocimiento de lengua. Y
Sí.
pues todo, creo que es todo. Y si hay algunas
Muy bien, muy bien.
preguntas, les puedo
Hablas
decir.
muy bien. Sí, hablas muy
Gracias.
bien.
Gracias.
Y quiero preguntar unas cosas.
Ujú.
Entonces, ¿solamente has aprendido 4 años de español en México?
Sí, nada más 4, y pude aprender porque estaba viviendo en este país y pues hablaba con toda la gente,
¿Cuántos
¿no?
años tenías a ese momento?
Como 20,
Como
20.
casi 20, vale.
Sí.
¿Y desde ese tiempo estás hablando o estás practicando o no? ¿Cómo funciona?
No mucho, como le dije que sí hablo con mis hermanos a veces, cuando hablamos por teléfono, y no es que hablamos nada más español, pero sí de
Vale,
vez en cuando sí hablamos.
vale.
Pero creo que
Entonces es bueno que sin prácticas ya hablas tan
sí,
bien.
y no me he olvidado, que pues, eso es lo bueno, que no me he olvidado. Y
Pero ¿cómo has
pues,
empezado? Creo
creo
que
que es
vas
muy
avanzando.
importante, perdón, como estaba diciendo los alumnos en otra clase, cómo pueden hablar pues mejor manera, aunque no es fácil, es vivir en este lugar donde todo el mundo está hablando este idioma.
Eso sí.
Eso es lo mejor, porque así aprendiendo, les digo que yo también hice un curso en esta universidad, hice un curso de francés y saqué
Vale,
muy buenas calificaciones, pero no puedo hablar.
vale, sí.
Sí, porque no pude practicar así. Leer es algo, escribir es algo, pero hablar, pues hasta que tienes a alguien con quien practicar, pues no puedes aprender.
En mi opinión, puedes aprender a los demás, a los otros que están en la clase y ellos también pueden aprender mucho más que...
Sí,
Porque
claro.
ya tengo un límite, pero ya puedes ayudar
Sí, claro,
otros.
claro.
Vale.
Como quieran,
Es que sí,
ellos me pueden hablar.
voy a explicar los otros en inglés.
Sí, sí,
Vale,
claro, claro, porque sí,
vale.
gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias. ओके चीको किसी को समझ में आया
No,
सर
sir.
लेयर स्क्रिप्ट भी सर
No,
राइट रीड
sir.
से समझ में आ रहा था अप्रेंडर मतलब टू लर्न और समथिंग लाइक दैट तो
So she was telling
बट
about herself. Ma'am, can you introduce a bit about yourself in English so that they guys also can relate what we were talking about?
Yeah, sure. Dear students, I've been a teacher all my life. In fact, I was teaching in a college, in a government college. And last few years of my service, I became principal of the same college. And I retired last year. I'm living in Dharamsala, Himachal Pradesh. And here the retirement age is 58. So I retired last year. I'm 59 already. And I was just telling sir that I learned Spanish a few years back, not say 35 years back, long before you were born, I think. So I went to Mexico with my parents. My father was working in Ministry of External Affairs. So the whole family went there and we lived in Mexico for 4 years. So that was the time when I learned Spanish. And it was easy to learn. I attended classes also, but it was easy to learn because we could interact with the students. And let me tell you that at that age also, I had done some course that you call it TTC, Teachers Training Certificate. I had already done that. And when I went there, I got a job there in a school teaching in English. So there also, like, I could interact. Though I was teaching English, but as you know, the students, they speak their native language. So I could hear more, and then I started watching TV, watching these, they call it telenovelas, like these series that you see on TV.
Series, yeah.
So watching that and watching movies and talking to people, it was easy. It was easy to learn, and for 4 years, like I've not forgotten it till now. So that is it. That is
Very
my
good.
life. That
So
is
I
what
was
I
telling.
managed.
So I was telling ma'am that means if you means I don't know if she can help you in conversation and like outside the class once the class is over and once you all are I guess in the last class I told you that you can meet on weekends or practice somehow. So that would be a good idea that she can help you guys because she's there. Like she.
I'll be available. All these days I was not like, I did not attend some of the classes, but then later on I did attend, and I did not speak because I knew these are all freshers, and sometimes you feel like intimidated.
हाँ जी.
No, so that was the reason I kept quiet. But if I can be of any help, most welcome, anytime.
Okay, Chicos, now it's in your hand that how do you benefit out of her? Because she will also practice with you guys and you can also practice with her. Like it's for everyone although. Okay, let's move ahead. Let's go ahead with the Shalini, are we done with you? No, we did with Supriya, Anita ji. Okay, Anita ji, you were saying that un universidad or ese universidad. So universidad es femenino, it's feminine. So you'll use una universidad or esa universidad. That was the only thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yes, Shalini. Then we go to Thirumalai ji.
Hola, buenas tardes amigos. Soy Shalini Yadav, tengo 21 años. Yo vivo en Gran Noida Oeste con mi familia. Tengo un hermano y una hermana. Soy un estudiante y estudio en la Universidad de Delhi. Este es mi último año. Mi afición es aprender idiomas y leer libros. Me gusta la música, bailar y viajar. Solo hay una cosa que no me gusta, es que esta situación, la corona. Lo sé, a nadie le gusta, pero odio la corona porque por eso no pude disfrutar mi vida de universidad. He estado aprendiendo español durante 2 años, pero todavía no soy bueno en gramática. Solo quiero aprender y hablar español con fluidez. Aprendí un poco de turco también, porque me encanta mucho el acento de este idioma. Eso es todo sobre mí. Muchas gracias.
So Shalini, ¿de dónde has aprendido? Where have you learned the language from? ¿De dónde has aprendido?
सर खुद से 2 साल से खुद से पढ़ रही हूँ.
Pero por internet, por YouTube, ¿de dónde?
हाँ, Duolingo, YouTube और बस apps कुछ
So Chicos, again, now I guess this is the first time we are practicing spoken and she's speaking so well for her age and for her time that she's been learning 2 years and on her own is a big deal. So again, I guess you should all be meeting after the classes either on weekends, virtually for sure. And then I guess then you can share your study materials, your way of learning, and other your experiences, I guess it will benefit the whole class as a group. Muchas gracias.
Sure.
Yes.
I said so. Sure.
Yeah. Next, let's go ahead with Thirumalai.
Buenos días, señor.
Sí, buenos días.
Buenos días a todos. Soy Tirumalai. Yo vivo a Chennai. Tengo 64 años. Mi familia son grandes. Soy mi esposa, dos niños, un niño y una niña. Niño vivo en los Estados Unidos. Es profesor de universidad. Mi niña trabaja a la universidad, profesor francés. Mi más tiempo es aprender el idioma. Habla muy bien el francés porque trabajo como intérprete francés o Tribunal Supremo de Chennai. Muy bien. Gracias, señor.
Muchas gracias. Okay. First of all, I guess you know good French because your Spanish accent was totally in French.
Agreed.
Because you said bien means using in French.
Yeah.
And it's yo hablo bien.
Bien.
So like the accent was totally in French. So this happened with me also when I was learning French. When I was speaking French, it was totally in Spanish. The accent was in Spanish. Yeah.
That's right.
But then I realized that learning French easier is better than learning Spanish first. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then you said first of all, you're not called niños. Niños are small kids. When you said tengo dos niños, una niño, una niña, you will say hijos, and then you will say mi hijo es profesor and mi hija trabaja en francés, something like this.
Okay.
So you use the word hijo and hija, not niño and niña.
Okay.
That would be better.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias. Sir. Rest it was perfectly fine. Thank you. Then we move to Divya Thakur.
Hola, buenas tardes chicos. Me llamo Divya, mi apellido Tamar. Soy de India, vivo en Nueva Delhi, tengo 23 años. Mis aficiones son escuchar música y leer libros. Hablo dos lenguas, hindi e inglés. Yo quiero ser guía turística y museóloga. Mi móvil es 630012. Mi correo electrónico es kac567@gmail.com. Soy estudiante del Instituto Cervantes. Tengo un hermano. Soy india. Me encanta viajar. Mi comida favorita es China.
Perfecto. Muy bien. ¿Y dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? Am I audible?
Sí.
Divya, ¿de dónde eres? Where are you from?
Soy de India. Vivo en Delhi, Kent.
Okay, vives en Delhi. Vale.
Sí.
Okay. Muchas gracias. It was good. Nice. But then, okay, now just in like अभी के लिए ठीक है. But once you go later on and once someone asks you to introduce yourself, what we do is we keep the whole text or whatever we are saying in sync. It means कि जैसे अभी आप कुछ बात करें अपने बारे में, फिर आपने एकदम से बोल दिया I have a brother, then you're talking about something, then you said something else. So it has to be linked. When you talk about yourself, first you talk, suppose you're talking about yourself, then you talk about your family, then you talk about your work, then your education, something, that it has to be in a order. ऐसा नहीं कि एक लाइन किसी और चीज की कहीं और बोल दी, फिर दूसरी चीज कहीं और बोल दी, थर्ड फोर्थ फिफ्थ, ऐसा ना. Don't do that. Just try it. Okay, try to do that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Perfect. Next, then we move to Yash Man.
Buenas tardes, señor.
Sí, buenas tardes.
Hola a todos. Me llamo Yesh. Yo vivo en Nueva Delhi. Tengo un hermano mayor. Tengo un carácter amistoso. Estudio en la Universidad de Delhi. Estoy en mi último año de graduación. Mi pasatiempo es deambular y probar nuevos tipos de comida. Me encanta la vida nocturna. Gracias.
Muchas gracias. But when we say buenos días, todos बोलेंगे, okay?
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Gracias. Muchas gracias. चलिए नेक्स्ट बताइए. Biswas, yeah, Bivas Montal.
Hola, señor.
Sí, señor.
Buenas tardes todos. Me llamo Vibhash Mondal. Soy de Kolkata. Soy adelante de hinduismo. Tengo 28 años. Hay mi mamá y mi hermano en mi familia. Nosotros vivimos en Kolkata. Mi mamá es ama de casa y tiene 49 años. Ella es muy amable y inteligente. Me levanto temprano y ejercicio. Mi color favorito es verde. Y me gusta malabarismo. Muchas gracias.
Okay, perfect. Next, do we have anyone else? What did you say the last thing?
Sir, I like to juggle.
Juggle like balls or like juggling some what?
Juggling balls, sir.
हाँ तो you थोड़ा सा ऐसा clarify कर. Means the bolas algo así. Or pelotas also is a word for balls.
Me gusta malabarismo de pelotas.
Yes, better.
Okay, sir.
Perfect. So 3 balls, 4 balls at a time. How many?
Sir, 4 balls till now. And I started learning 5 balls.
Okay. And since how long you're doing it?
Sir, since 1.5 years.
So is it easier? Like how you're learning yourself or YouTube, or like how is it easy to learn?
No, sir. I follow YouTubers, many YouTubers like West Peden, Taylor Glean.
Okay, so these are famous jugglers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they are tutorial videos or they just do it and you follow them? What kind of videos?
Some of them post tutorial videos on juggling.
Okay.
Yes, I follow them.
Pretty interesting. Someday you can show in the last class how to juggle.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You can teach the class. Perfect.
If anybody has...
if there's anybody who wants to learn juggling, come on, contact Bivas. He'll teach you how to juggle balls also and in your life as well. Perfect. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias, señor.
Okay, next. Anybody else wishes to talk about themselves, or are we ready to move ahead and study? Okay, I'll show you a video. I'll show you 2-3 videos I thought I'll show you. So there are a funny video, then there is a video which will tell you about the culture of Spain. And then there are videos about how the festivals are celebrated. So I guess let's spend this class in doing that only, if you all agree. If you want me to, because I guess we are only left with 2 blocks, which would be done, I guess, in 3 classes. Okay, so first, let's go ahead with this funny video if you want to see. Shall we? And then we talk about cultural part, and I'll show you different videos of New Year, Christmas, class fires, and other festivals of Spain. Then we can read about the different monuments of Spain and places where you can go, and other things. I'll mute myself so that you can listen. If there's any problem in listening, you let me know in the chat. So when I say don't translate literally, means don't think in English and then translate directly, think in Spanish. This video will tell you why. Yeah, I asked you to frame questions. Let's see what we'll do with that. First, let's see this. It's around 3 minutes, 53 seconds video. Chali, let's see this.
Este trato es muy grande. Yo nunca he hecho esto antes, bro.
Tranquilo, hermano. Simplemente traduce exactamente lo que dicen.
Exactamente lo que dice. Ok. El jefe will see you now. Come with me. El jefe.
I got the money. You got the weapons.
If you want to talk to him, you talk to me.
Oh, you're the translator.
Ah, tú eres el traductor.
No, tú eres el traductor.
No, you are the translator.
Okay. I got the money.
Yo tengo el... Ay, perdón.
No te escuché, tosiste.
I didn't hear you, you coughed.
No, I didn't. I didn't cough, you coughed.
No, yo no tosí, tú tosiste.
Deja de decir que yo tosí.
Stop saying that I coughed.
You coughed when you spoke del jefe.
Tú tosiste cuando hablaste con el jefe.
¿De qué estás hablando, traductor?
Ah, translator, what are you talking about?
Can I try talking to him alone?
¿Puedo hablar con él a solas?
Sí, yo me voy.
Yes, I will go.
What? No. No. Hey, I meant us.
Ah, ¿se refiere a nosotros?
¿Sí ven acá?
Yes, come here.
Espera, pensé que querías hablar conmigo solo.
Wait, I thought you wanted to talk to me alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Sí, exactamente.
Entonces ven acá.
Then come here.
No. Look, do you have the... How do you say? Las armas.
Mira, tú tienes las, ¿cómo se dice? The weapons.
¿Qué es weapons?
What is las armas?
Weapons. Las armas.
Armas, weapons.
Sí, las armas, pero ¿qué es weapons?
Yes, weapons, but what is las armas?
You are the worst fucking translator.
Tú eres el peor traductor.
Tú, verdad que yo no soy traductor.
No, you, I'm not a translator.
Not him, you.
Él no dice que me joda a mí, que te jodas tú. Jefe, yo no tuve nada que ver, ¿ok? Es culpa de él completamente, ¿ok?
Wait, hey.
No, I'm on your side, relax, ¿ok? Jefe, mata al americano.
Wait, whoa. Are you telling him to kill me?
No, mata al americano, ese Guatemalan right stage, ¿ok? Con la pistola, bang, ahora, bang.
Okay. See, it does sound like you're telling him to shoot me.
No, that's how you cook it. That's how, bang, ahora, en la cabeza, dale.
Okay, he shoots me, I shoot you.
Él me dispara, yo te disparo.
Espera, ¿te refieres a ti o a él?
Wait, do you mean you or him?
You!
Cu. Pío.
Lo siento. Es el peor traductor.
I'm sorry. He's the worst translator. Oh.
Okay, chicos. Did you understand anything?
Sir,
Saurabh,
actually, I was outside, but at the last part when he said, "You're the worst translator," I'm not a translator. Literally, मतलब उसके बाद में जो scene हुआ.
हाँ, so what was
It was
happening?
very nice, sir.
So what was happening was he was literally translating everything that he was being said. So suppose he said, "I'm not a translator, you are." So he was saying the same thing to the person. So that's what when I told you, I guess, in the last class that you don't have to think
Like he
literally
was
and
changing word by word,
yeah, he was translating it word by word. Okay,
and that is what Google does.
exactly because Google doesn't know the grammar. अगर गूगल को ग्रामर
Context
आती
भी नहीं होता, context भी तो होता है, main चीज.
कॉन्टेक्स्ट भी होता है बट ग्रामर भी नहीं आती ना एग्जांपल देयर आर मेनी वर्ड्स व्हिच गूगल विल डू एग्जांपल यू है तो वो ते भी ले लेता है तू भी ले लेता है आती भी ले लेता है डिपेंड्स ओके चलिए लेट्स सी सम मोर नाउ कल्चर बेस्ड वीडियोस गिव मी अ सेकंड ऐड बहुत आती है
इंडियन लिखा है अच्छा
Hi guys, today MFS. Those who have no metaphor of moving from
चलिए let's see this video. This explains means a lot of festivals of Spain. एक ही बार में समझ में आ जाएगा because visually and audibly you will be able to understand it much more better than I explaining it without pictures. Okay, so let's see the festivals.
Hi guys, today we'll talk about the festivals. Not just any festivals, but festivals in Spain. So please let's stay and watch the video with me. Let's talk about Near Death Experience Festival or Santa Marta de Ribarteme Festival in Spanish. Please forgive me if pronunciation is not correct. This is a festival where relatives of near-death experience survivors carry them in coffins around the street. This way they show their gratitude to Virgin Mary for keeping an eye on their beloved ones. Those who have no near-death experience survivor relatives just carry empty coffins around the street for just gratitude. On the first Sunday of the year, in the region Cantabria, Spain, the festival called La Vijanera is held. The people, dressed in weird and scary outfits, are dancing and shouting along the street. The festival dates back to Roman Empire, and it is kind of metaphor of moving from one year to the next one. The participants of the festival are dressed as evil, and all these not loud noises kind of make them chase the evil away. In the end of August in Valencia every year, a festival called La Tomatina is held. People come here all around the world just to throw tomatoes at each other. The festival dates back to 1945, when at random parade people started fighting. Now, elderly man decided to stop the fight and started throwing vegetables at them. People around, youngsters, decided to join him and a huge food fight started. Nowadays, the food fight turned into something what we know as La Tomatina. Imagine a wine battle. Who doesn't love wine? Spain especially, as they have wine festival called Aro Festival that takes part in Roja Alta. This is a place where they are completely dedicated to the grape. Wine participants are taking part in white t-shirts. They carry all kind of container, water pistols, bottles and jars, and after the battle starts, they all turn into red. Now, Everyone here is a prey and a prayer. So no one's advised to wear any good outfit when they're fighting. People here come and have fun. Midday is the time when the fights stop, and afterwards people just eat, drink, dance, and simply just having a good time. San Fermin Festival is a festival we all might know about. It's a bull run festival. Usually it happens or starts on the 7th of July, with the mayor coming out and announcing the beginning of the festival a day prior. People are waiting for the announcement and then the partying starts. Usually, first bull run starts at 8 a.m. and the last one happens at 8 a.m. as well, but a week afterwards. During this time, people dressed in white with red belts are running away from the bulls. People are partying, drinking, dancing, singing, eating. A lot of happens during festival. A lot of drunken people are danger not only to themselves but also to others. So if you ever decide to go to the festival, please be careful. Spanish people seem to be food lovers because another food related festival happens in December here. It's called Flour Festival. People during this time are stocking up with flour and eggs and are ready to battle. Few men come up in the town dressed as mock military and they make up bizarre rules. Now, if you fail to follow those rules, you have to pay a penalty. Of course, penalty money goes to charity later. Afterwards, people gather in front of a town hall and nobody stops until everything and everyone is covered with first flour and then dipped in eggs. The Devil's Jump Festival or Baby Jumping Festival is another weird celebration Spanish people have. It usually happens 60 days after Easter. Parents who have babies less than a year old are encouraged to take part into the celebration. The streets are full of mattresses and babies on the top of them. Devil-looking men are attempting to jump over the babies, sometimes up to 10 at a time. This celebration is to man to protect the kiddos from flu or any other misfortunes. Very beautiful festival. Horse Festival is taking place in May in Andalusia. Now the festival is meant to show people how beautiful horses the owners have. The festival is not only about horses. People come here to see live flamenco show or to try local food. Participants, horses, the area is decorated and dressed up beautifully. People come for all horse-related activities to take part or just have a look at it. The evening is finalized with beautiful fireworks. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel so you could see what's coming up next.
Okay, Saurav, I like your line. The world says the same for us, that we are not milk lovers, we waste it. But okay, everyone has their own thing to be done. So let's see one more video where we talk about Dia de los Muertos. So Dia de los Muertos is a festival which is commonly celebrated in Day of the Dead. Any idea what it means and what it talks
They
about?
take out the dead bodies out of the graves. Is it like that?
नहीं, no one does this.
कोको वाला है ये वाला तो कोको
हाँ
वाला।
कोको वाला, हाँ तो उसमें क्या करते हैं, तो आई टेल यू, जैसे हमारे यहाँ पे श्राद्ध बनाए जाते हैं, it's a similar pattern, like we do it, like we pray our ancestors, they also do it, but we are a bit in a peaceful mode, but they are in a very happy and party mode, because they think that they are not feeling sad that those people have gone. Instead, they say that we are happy that they were part of our lives, and they want to give them thanks and tell them that they're happy. So what they do is they celebrate the festival in the cemetery. The whole night they're there. It's a decoration thing. Some light music is there. Few of them dancing. It's a party mall in the cemetery. Okay, so let's see a very small 2-minute video. Let me show. तो थोड़ी बोरिंग रहती है, but देख सकते हैं. So if you see that they decorate the whole cemetery, okay, with this gende ka fool only.
So is there any reason behind it using marigold flowers?
No, मतलब ऐसे ही यूज करते हैं. मेरे को मतलब what I feel थोड़ा cheap होता होगा. I don't know. That's what I thought of. Okay, so what they do is they give they cook they make ofrendas. Ofrendas means जैसे हम लोग यहाँ पे भोग लगाते हैं. भोग लगाना is one of the process है. So ofrendas means to offer something. Ofrecer is the verb. So ofrendas means to offer. So वो offerings में they make sugar की white color का skull के shape में sweets. I guess वो आपने picture में देखा होगा. Let me show you a few things there. जैसे ये बहुत स्कल का बहुत कुछ everything is there in the market. Let me show you if I can. Yeah, this, if it's there, if it's clear. No, it's not clear. Means let me check if there's some other video I can show you.
Sir, this scene is also shown in the Spectre movie.
अच्छा, Spectre movie. Okay, I don't know. Although I've seen the movie, but I don't remember. I'll show you the move that.
Que viene.
Nuestros difuntos.
Acá en Oaxaca se aprovecha mucho el arte.
So I guess जैसे Halloween मनाते हैं, they paint their face. So that's
Que a
the
una
same
persona
process
le haya
also.
gustado tu trabajo.
¿Cuántos tamales van a hacer?
They're making some stuff. No, not this one. Give me a second. This is again the parade thing. So parade होती है उस दिन. Everyone decorates themselves like a skull does, and then they go around the whole city. ठीक है. Okay, now let's move to another video where we are talking about the Spanish tourist attractions. Okay, which will tell you the famous cities or famous places to visit.
YouTube is what's brave. Notice how there's no
Give me a
pre-roll ads? And here's...
Yeah, okay, let's pay attention.
A country rich in history, culture, architecture, and natural beauty is a country that is rich in happy visitors. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Spanish tourist attractions and destinations. For this list, we've chosen those monuments, buildings, sites, or regions of Spain that draw many tourists per year and have either historical, cultural, architectural, or archaeological significance, as opposed to just specific cities that are popular for tourists to visit. Number 10, Museo del Prado. An extensive collection of works by Francisco de Goya, as well as major pieces by Velázquez, Titian, and Peter Paul Rubens, are among the highlights of El Prado, Spain's glorious national art museum. Like the Guggenheim in Bilbao, El Prado is a major tourist magnet, drawing almost 3 million visitors in 2012. The museum, which was designed by famed architect Juan de Villanueva, was opened to the public in 1819 and has been a national treasure ever since. Number 9, Palacio Real de Madrid. Extending over some 1.45 million square feet and comprising over 3,000 rooms, the Palacio Real is the largest palace in Western Europe. Built in the 18th century as the home for the royal family of Spain, this architectural marvel is now open to the public. Chief among its many attractions are the impressive Hall of Mirrors, an armory with weapons dating back to the 15th century, beautiful gardens, and a striking changing of the guard ceremony. Number 8, Sevilla. The flamenco dance that is strongly associated with Spanish culture is identified with the port city of Sevilla in southern Spain. And while the dance originated elsewhere, It flourished in Seville, especially once it was paired with traditional folk music of the area. The 200-year-old city of Seville has a rich cultural heritage and is home to such landmarks as the Seville Cathedral and the Alcázar Palace. Number 7. Ibiza. Nestled in the warm waters of the Mediterranean, the island of Ibiza is one of the most popular destinations for those who enjoy sandy beaches, crystal clear water, and a vibrant nightlife scene. The island has many natural beauties, including El Dedo de Dios, or God's Finger, an eye-catching rock formation. It is also home to sites of historic interest, including the remains of an old Phoenician settlement and a 7th century cemetery. Number 6. Camp Nou. Football is, of course, very big in Spain, and the country boasts several important venues for the sport. Madrid's Bernabeu Stadium is impressive, but Barcelona's Camp Nou is even more so. With seating for almost 100,000 attendees, it is Europe's largest stadium in terms of capacity and in the top 20 around the world. Opened in 1957, plans are afoot to remodel the stadium and add several thousand more seats for the avid fans that clamor to get in. Number 5. The Running of the Bulls. Immortalized in the United States by author Ernest Hemingway, The Running of the Bulls in Pamplona is an event that sets the pulses racing, even if one is merely a spectator. Held in July during the festival that pays tribute to San Fermin, the Running of the Bulls is just what the name implies. A number of bulls are set free in a designated area of the city, and human participants run a 900-yard course to the city's bull ring. Dangerous? Yes. But that doesn't stop hundreds from racing with the bulls every year. Number 4. Plaza Mayor, Madrid. One of Europe's most famous public squares, the Plaza Mayor was originally designed by Juan de Herrera in the 16th century and was redesigned in the 18th century by Juan de Villanueva after it was damaged by fire. The central plaza is surrounded by beautiful residential apartments and also features a bronze statue of King Philip III. It's a perfect spot for tourists to soak in fresh air and Spanish atmosphere. Number 3. Mesquite Cathedral de Cordoba. An amazing array of pillars carved from jasper, onyx, marble, and granite, and topped by strikingly striped arches, adorn the Mesquita, or Mosque, of Cordoba, located in southern Spain. Built on the site of a former Roman temple, the mosque was constructed over a period of 2 centuries. Its features also include an intricately patterned prayer niche and overhead dome, both prime examples of the Muslim style. Number 2. Kalat Alambra. Once the residence of Muslim rulers, the Alhambra sits on a plateau overlooking the city of Granada, sometimes nicknamed the Red Palace or Fortress due to the special clay used in its construction. Construction began in the 11th century and continued 4 centuries, with new buildings added to the original to create a mosaic of different cultures and rulers. The Alhambra is one of the most visited sites in Spain, as countless visitors tour its citadel, palaces, gardens, and other points of interest. Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Basilica y Temple Expiatore de la Sagrada Familia. If you're familiar with architect Antoni Gaudi's almost psychedelic designs for Park Güell in Barcelona, then that'd help prepare you for his equally stunning work on Barcelona's Sagrada Familia. A very long work in progress, the Sagrada Familia was begun in the early 1880s and is expected to be completed around 2026. Overflowing with Christian symbols, the building's majestic spires soar heavenward and are truly breathtaking. An amazing feat of both architecture and construction, visiting the Sagrada Familia is a must for travelers to Spain, as it's sure to be an unforgettable experience. Do you agree with our choices? What's your favorite Spanish tourist attraction? For more enthralling top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Okay, chicos. Did you like any? Which is your favorite if you have read or studied or seen any one of them? कौन सी favorite तुम्हारी?
Sir, I liked many ones, but I'm not able to recall their names.
Okay, no issues. So if you want, I can send all these.
सर आपने सर सकरारा फमीरिया के लिए आपने पढ़ाया भी था जो सबसे
हाँ
लास्ट में
हाँ
दिखाया अभी
yeah, exactly. I taught that
yes
which was shown as the end.
yes sir
So if you want, I can
yes sir.
share the links of these videos and you can see them again and
Yes,
know
sir,
about.
please. Yeah.
Okay, wait. So I'll put this right now in the chat box. This is the first one. Then, so I'm sending you the Day of the Dead also thing. Okay, then right now there are two things I can show you: history of Spain. That's in English. Then I can show you, but I don't want to show you that. वो खुद देख लेना. Catalonia का जो issue चल रहा है स्पेन में, that you can see on your own. What's the actual matter? I guess someone asked me कि Catalonia or Barcelona, why they want to separate.
Yes sir Mayank asked that day sir.
हाँ. So that is also, there's a video if you want I can put it across. And then there's a story in Spanish, but I don't know if you want to see. ठीक है देखते हैं if we have time. I'll show you the history because that would be interesting to know what's the history of Spain. Okay, so let's see.
Yes, sir, and please share the link as well so we can watch it later again and again.
I've shared two of them. I'm sharing others as well. Although Google पे search हाँ, but then the problem is you will not be able to find which video is good and which video is not good. But ठीक है, ज़्यादा videos है नहीं. चलिए, let's see. This talks about a brief history of Spain, which we should be knowing. So let's start.
The pre-Roman period. In Hispania, before the Romans, the Spanish peninsula was inhabited by several tribes which were divided between Celts and Iberos. The Phoenicians and Greeks started to arrive and founded Galles and Amphiorus. By the way, the name of Iberia was given by the Greeks because of the river Ebro, which in Greek is Iber. After them came the Carthaginians from Africa and founded Cartagena. The Roman period. The Romans arrived in Amphiorus in 218 BC and finished conquering the peninsula in 19 BC under the leadership of the Emperor Augustus. The Romans founded several cities such as Emerita Augusta, Italica, and Tarico, and expanded their culture during almost 7 centuries. The Visigoth period. But Rome ended up collapsing, and in the 5th century, hordes of Visigoth warriors from the north invaded Spain. The Swabians settled in the northeast. The Visigoths dominated the Iberian Peninsula for more than 200 years and established the capital, Toledo. In 589, Ricardo made Catholicism the official religion of the peninsula. The Muslim period. In the year 711, Muslims from the north of Africa conquered the peninsula and called it Al-Andalus. Resistance formed in the north, and the Kingdom of Asturias was founded. The Muslims stayed for 7 centuries and left 2 great monuments, the mosque in Cordoba and the Alhambra in Granada. The Reconquest. The Christians started the Reconquest in 722, when Don Palacio, an Asturian nobleman, defeated the Muslims, and from this moment they started to gain terrain, and the kingdoms of Leon, Navarra, Aragon, Castile, and Portugal were founded. In the year 1212, in the decisive battle of Navas de Tolosa, the Muslims were defeated by the Christians, and for the rest of the century, the Reconquest advanced quickly. In the end, only the Kingdom of Granada remained in the south. The Catholic kings. In 1469, Isabel of Castilla and Ferdinand of Aragon got married and unified both crowns, conquering Granada in 1492 and unifying the peninsula. The discovery of America. 1492, Columbus first left for the Indies, discovering America on the 12th of October. In the 16th century, conquerors like Hernan Cortes or Francisco Pizarro expanded the Spanish dominions all over America. The Austrian dynasty. Spain became the main European power under the reign of Charles I of Spain and V of Germany, who started the Austrian dynasty. His son Philip II was crowned King of Portugal in 1580, and therefore, the whole peninsula was unified for 60 years. The Bourbon Dynasty. In 1701, the Austrian dynasty ended and the War of Succession started and would end in 1714 with Philippe of Anjou as king, establishing the Bourbon Dynasty. In 1805, Spain was defeated in the Battle of Trafalgar by the British, and in 1808, it was finally invaded by the French, and the War of Independence against Napoleon's army started. This finished in victory for the Spanish 6 years later. The 19th century. It was during the War of Independence against the French that the first constitution was proclaimed in Cadiz in 1812. The 19th century was very problematic, with the Carlista Wars between the liberal supportive of Isabel II and the traditionalists with Prince Carlos. Finally, in 1875, the Bourbon monarchy was restored with Alfonso XII. In the disaster of 1898, Spain lost its last colonies, namely Cuba and the Philippines, after a war with the United States. The Civil War and Franco. In 1923, Primo de Rivera established a dictatorship which ended up with the declaration of the Second Republic. After the military insurrection of 1936 against the Republic, a civil war started, which would end in 1939 with a military dictatorship under the rule of Franco. Democratic Spain. In 1975, after the death of Franco, the transition to democracy started, and in 1978, the current Spanish Constitution was passed.
ओके चिकोस, कुछ समझ में आया?
यस सर। बट सर एक बार सर और ये वाला वीडियो सर एक बार और देखने की जरूरत है।
हाँ, this video I'll send you again.
Yes.
Quedar en uno de los dos sitios.
Okay, so I'll send you again this one. Let me share it with you first of all in the chat. Then there's one more video which is like a short story, like a short movie. I guess it's of 9 minutes. Would you want to see it? Although there are many, but this one is a decent enough to be watched in the class. Although बहुत सारी, तो if you search, you will find a lot of short movies which are in Spanish. But this one is इसमें Spanish भी अच्छे से बोल रहे हैं वो. Means fast है, I agree, but then watchable. You will understand a lot of things. So this movie got a prize in Premio Goya. Premio means the prize, and Goya is the name of the person. Okay. So corto means short. Metraje is means cortometraje total means a short movie. Okay. The name is Anonymous. Anonymous means anonymous. Clear? So let's see.
¿Dónde estás? ¿Qué ves a tu alrededor?
Veo un puente.
Bueno, es que hay más de 400 puentes en Venecia, a no ser que es uno particular.
Es un puente de piedra, con escalones.
No, nada. Déjalo. ¿Otras cosas?
Es que no hay mucho.
Gente, tiendas. Pero seguro que si te digo el nombre de la calle no te ayuda.
No sé, intenta. Pero como llevo aquí solo una semana, no conozco bien los nombres.
A ver, aquí dice calle Fratellini. ¿Te suena?
No, para nada. A ver, ¿ves unas señales amarillas con unas flechas que digan Ferrovía y Pedale Roma?
Ah, sí, sí, las veo. Genial. ¿Podríamos quedar en uno de los dos sitios?
Sí, podríamos, pero... Vamos, este es un laberinto y por el tiempo que ha pasado, puede que estamos cada uno en una punta de Venecia. Yo pensaba más bien...
Por cierto, ¿eres argentino?
¿Quién, yo? No, que va. Padre italiano y sí, madre española.
Ah, es que lo hablas muy bien.
Gracias. Pero escucha, ¿seguro que no sabrías volver atrás?
No tengo ni idea. No sé el nombre ni la dirección. Estoy completamente perdida.
Tranquila, ya verás que lograremos quedar.
A ver si esta te ayuda. Estoy viendo una torre inclinada.
Una torre inclinada. ¿Qué estás, en Pisa? Anda, rápida.
Que no, tonto. Es como un campanario de ladrillos. Está algo torcido.
¿Aquí? ¿En Venecia? Madre mía, nunca oí de eso.
Ve otro puente.
Otro puente.
Pero este es distinto. Es muy grande y de madera.
¿De madera? Ah, ya sé. Es el puente de la academia. Ya sé dónde estás.
Genial. ¿Me quedo aquí?
Mira, no estamos lejos, pero mejor quedar en un sitio intermedio.
Bueno, dime dónde.
¿Ves a las cúpulas de una basílica desde el punto más alto del puente?
Sí, ¿estás ahí?
No, esa es la Madonna de la Salute. Tú, bájate del puente guardando las cúpulas a tu izquierda. Luego gira a la derecha, izquierda, y sigues por esa calle todo recto. Al final, encontrarás en un embarcadero, frente al mar. Ahí nos vemos.
Vale, a ver si entendí bien.
Es muy fácil.
Jo, estoy perdida. Me siento como en un museo con una audioguía.
Sí, aunque qué suerte perderse en Venecia. Es como perderte en tu propio museo.
Pero, ¿no me has dicho que llevas aquí viviendo una semana?
Pues sí, soy de Génova. Vine aquí para hacer un curso.
¿Un curso? ¿De qué?
Nada, de fotografía. Es que soy fotógrafo. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué? ¿Estás de vacaciones o...?
Sí. Bueno, no. Algo así.
Pero estás sola, te están esperando...
No, que va. Vine sola. Larga historia.
Mientras hablamos, una pregunta. ¿Cómo eres?
¿En qué sentido?
En el sentido que hay mucha gente. ¿Cómo te voy a reconocer? ¿Cómo es el pelo? Cosas así.
Ah, pues llevo puesto un vestido, tengo el pelo largo y un teléfono pegado a la cara.
Ya te veo, creo. Filippo, mucho gusto.
María, encantada.
Te imaginaba distinta.
¿Distinta? ¿Cómo?
No sé, distinta. Eres pelirroja.
Bueno, un poco.
Hola.
Hola. ¿Pero cómo ha podido pasar?
No sé, ni idea. Pero como son idénticos, en algún momento...
Toma. ¿Entonces tú también estabas ahí?
Sí, exacto. Me tomé un cappuccino, pagué, me fui y no me acuerdo haberte visto, mínimamente.
Yo tampoco. Quizá cogiste mi móvil y dejaste el tuyo, no sé.
Tiene que ser así, con fuerza. ¿Pero cuánto te van a cobrar la llamada al extranjero de tu móvil?
Es verdad. Bueno, da igual.
Es que me siento como culpable para toda la movida y... ¿Me permites invitarte una copa para disculparme de la molestia?
No te preocupes, no es culpa tuya ni mía, estas cosas pasan.
Vale, pero de todas formas me gustaría invitarte a un café o algo y...
Bueno, no te preocupes, mira, eres muy simpático y muy amable, gracias por lo del móvil, pero no te lo tomes a mal, la verdad es que prefiero estar sola.
No importa, está bien, vale. De todas formas tiene mi número ahora por si acaso.
Vale.
Ya sabes.
Vale.
No, espera, una cosita más. No te muevas. Dos cosas. Primero, quiero una foto del día, un recuerdo. Y segundo, por si acaso la quiero guardar, si tengo que denunciar una desaparición a la policía.
Vale. Gracias.
No, a ti.
Chao. Ciao, come stai? Sto bene.
Lo sapevo. Pronto?
Hola, Filippo.
Hola, María. ¿Qué pasa?
Creo que deberíamos quedar otra vez.
Ah, sí. Pues muy bien, porque lo pienso yo también.
¿Te has dado cuenta?
¿Dado cuenta?
De que llevas puesta mi cazadora y yo la tuya.
No.
Ma no! Ma dai, ma no! Ma... Pero... ¿Qué es eso? No te muevas. A ver, no te muevas. ¿Cuándo te marchaste? ¿Hacia dónde te fuiste?
No sé. ¿Di una vuelta a la izquierda? ¿O fui recto?
A ver. Ahí donde estás ahora, ¿qué ves a tu alrededor?
Veo... ¿un puente? Otro puente. Izquierda y sigues por esa calle todo recto.
Sí, chicos. Did you understand anything at all? क्या हुआ? Did you understand any word that they spoke?
Yes sir,
और
yes sir.
हम बताएंगे क्या
बहुत सारा
हुआ?
कुछ
Who will explain the
Sir-
story? बहुत छोटी सी स्टोरी थी. कोई करेगा एक्सप्लेन?
Sir, yes sir, I can try. सर
please
मेरे को
go.
वो लगता है कि उन्होंने पहले सर फोन उनका एक्सचेंज हो गया था.
हाँ, बिल्कुल,
फिर वो
बिल्कुल.
एक दूसरे को लोकेशन बता रहे थे बट वो आसपास ही कहीं पे थे और एक दूसरे को क्रॉस करके जो मेरे को फील हुआ कि वो गए बट पहले
हाँ.
शायद वो से मिल
पहले
नहीं पाए बट बाद में जब उसने अपना हेयर कलर और ड्रेस बताया तो फिर जब वो
हाँ,
स्टेयर्स पे
हाँ.
बैठी थी तो
फिर
फिर
क्या
उसने
है?
पहचाना. फिर बाद में जब वो मिल गए और बोल दिए कि मैं तुमसे फिर नहीं देखना चाहता या मिलना चाहता व्हाटएवर. फिर सर वो
हाँ.
जैकेट आई थिंक एक दूसरे का
जैकेट
एक्सचेंज हो
एक्सचेंज हो
गया.
गया. हाँ, फिर जैकेट एक्सचेंज हो गया. वेरी नाइस,
यस
वेरी.
सर, यस सर.
नहीं, उसने ऐसा नहीं
फिर
बोला मैं तुमसे
फोन पे
मिलना नहीं चाहता. I guess they were busy in their lives, so they said that they met, I guess, but then after that they didn't. So they were
Yes,
going
sir.
on their ways, but then the jacket also exchanged. And then again he asked, "Where are you?
Yes.
Where did you go from once we met?" And then again she said, "I don't know. I don't know."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool, very nice. So were you able to understand or catch few words that they were talking about, or you just were reading the English part and the translated part?
सर इस पे वो जो ड्रेस हेयर्स और जो भी अपनी लोकेशन के लिए या जो उसमें से कुछ कुछ शॉर्ट वर्ड्स ऐसे थे जो समझ में आ रहा था बट हाँ वो जो फ्रिक्वेंट एक जो स्पीड में एक फ्लो में जो बोल रहे थे सर वो थोड़ा मुश्किल हो रहा था. मुश्किल हो रहा था.
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. आ जाएगा वो टाइम पे.
Yes,
चलिए, very nice. Anyone else? Did you like it or no? I don't know. So ऐसी बहुत सारी अब शॉर्ट स्टोरीज और शॉर्ट पिक्चर्स सब काफी कुछ मिल जाएगा, तो यू कैन जस्ट गो अहेड एंड रीड अबाउट, लिसन टू देम इन स्पेनिश. ओके चिकोस, चलिए लेट्स मूव
Sure,
अहेड.
sir.
Do we move ahead or do you want to see other some more videos? You want to have some discussion? Let's go ahead with our blocks, whatever you prefer. But you have to tell me.
Sir, what is pasajero?
Pasajero. Okay, what is pasar? You go,
To pass or spend.
To pass or to spend. So example, to pass through a place is also pasar. Pasajero is a passenger जो एक जगह से पास के जाते हैं दूसरी जगह पे. That's how the word is. Okay. Next.
Yes.
Next, anyone else? Today, let me see if there's something more that can be shown to you. Acha, I have not shown you the Christmas and the New Year celebration. I can show you that video. It would be good for you if I can find it.
Sir, what is hicieron?
Hicieron, hacer का past tense है hicieron.
Okay.
Okay, there are many videos, but I want to show a video जिसमें वो explain भी कर रहा हूँ because obviously me explaining से वो explaining better है. Just a second. चलो ये देखते हैं.
We have this entire misunderstanding of what Darwin really meant when he said survival of the fittest. Christmas Conde Reyes. There is a 25th in Spain. Last till like 6. Oh my God, revision. And so you have this. It involves the world's largest Christmas.
So this is although not a video, it's like a blog that two people are doing, two travelers in Spain. This would be interesting. ये देखते हैं because in between I'll be keep on explaining things that you find weird or you won't be able to understand. Okay, I'll keep on explaining it to you. Let's see this.
In Spain is long, wonderful, and weird.
Well, not that weird for me.
It's kind of weird for me. It involves hitting a defecating log with a stick. It involves the world's largest lottery, and Santa Claus doesn't really love us. He kind of ignores us.
What can I say?
So today we're going to take you through the key dates of this long, wonderful, and weird for me, but not for Yoli Christmas, and help you kind of understand how it is here in Spain, right?
Gee.
And why can't we get a real tree, Yoli? Why do we have to have a plastic one?
Because you don't want to kill it afterwards.
Okay, we have to deal with that. Let's go. So Christmas in Spain really kicks off on the 22nd of December, right?
Well, it's the last day of school for children before the holiday.
It's also the day of the Loteria de Navidad, the lottery.
And the big prize in the Loteria de Navidad is called El Gordo, the fat one.
And this lottery started in the
Interesting fact, if I would want to explain to you, काफी interesting fact है. 22nd December को हर साल वहाँ लॉटरी निकलती है. दिख रहा है El Gordo लिखा है. El Gordo is the name of the biggest lottery और ये गवर्नमेंट निकालती है. इसका जो प्राइस है वो है $4 million, which is somewhere around $60 million. No, $4 million, or which is equal to 36 or 37 crore rupees. Okay, so each year someone gets it. तो उसका भी पूरा प्रोसेस है, वो भी अगर मैं टाइम मिला कभी तो I'll show you the video. So that starts on 22nd को होता है और उससे 2-3 हफ्ते पहले अराउंड 4-5-2 किलोमीटर की लंबी लाइन लगती है टू टेक दैट टिकट. और उस टिकट में एक बात अच्छी है कि वो टिकट के 10 पार्ट्स हो सकते हैं. मींस यू कैन बाय अ टिकट का 1/10 पार्ट आल्सो इफ यू डोंट हैव मच मनी टू स्पेंड ऑन अ लॉटरी. चलिए लेट्स मूव अहेड.
the 18th century with Charles III, copied it from Naples, but then it really kicked off the modern lottery in 1812 to raise money to fight against Napoleon. And it's the largest, richest lottery in the world, with a couple of $1 billion or euros to go around. So you got your ticket?
Yeah.
Lucky number?
Lucky number. It's beautiful, isn't it?
What is
Although
it?
it has 2 4s, I don't like 4. So the draw happens in the Royal Theatre here in Madrid. And throughout the morning, all the numbers that are awarded are sang by these children from a school called the San Ildefonso.
49.760.
42,749,000 euros.
But here's the thing with the Spanish lottery. It is the most confusing concept of lottery in the world. I don't think anybody can properly explain it here in Spain. So Yoli, you need to explain it.
Oh, no.
In 15 seconds or less.
So there's about 99,999 numbers, and those are awarded, and so those are called decimos, and they go in series, and then you can buy like one decimo, and usually you share with some family. It kind of depends.
So anyway, the whole lottery thing is super confusing, but the guts is that people buy tickets with their friends and family and in their community. You share your number with other people, so you share the winnings of that ticket with other people. In fact, the slogan of the Spanish lottery is the greatest prize is sharing, which is kind of wonderful, right? But here's the thing, there's a dangerous side to it. There's a dark side. So in 2011, there was a village and they all bought the same number because they all bought it from their local lottery shop. And then everybody won except the one man who didn't buy his ticket. Everybody shared like 950 million euros in that town apart from him. So that's the trap. So Yole said to me the other day, we've got to go and buy the ticket from our local lottery shop in our neighborhood, because if we don't, all our neighbors are going to be millionaires and we won't be. So there's a lovely kind of sense of envy at the core of it. So we need breakfast, so this is a good time to talk about the Roscón de Reyes, the kind of bun or cake that you eat here at Christmas. But when I moved here 10 years ago, kind of like croquetas and tortilla, I found it kind of bland. But man, I have fallen hard for Roscón.
So okay, it's kind of bland, but it's more about the experience. It's being a child in Spain and waking up on the 6th of January and the three wise men have been, and you have precies, and you have this bun for breakfast. But nowadays, people really eat it throughout the Christmas season.
It's starting like November almost, right?
Yeah, even in like, early November. I mean, throughout the year nowadays, you know.
So the super traditional way to get your roscón is to pre-order a whole one. We actually did that the other day at our local bakery, and you eat it, as Yoli said, on the 6th. Or you can just go to the supermarket pretty much all year round, well, probably from November, and buy it. Or you can come here to the Mallorquina and buy slices.
Yeah.
Slice.
This is the way my second cake today.
What was your first cake?
I already had cheesecake, homemade cheesecake.
For breakfast?
Yeah.
Second breakfast. What's for lunch?
More cake.
Wedding cake. All right, here we go.
Oh.
Merry Christmas. No. You too. Are good?
You want to try it?
Please. See, when you first try them, they're a bit dry, or they can be, but...
That's why you need the cream.
And they're supposed to have, but they're not traditionally with cream. On the top is supposed to be fruit. We got a bit without fruit, but...
Oh no, that cream.
Uh-oh. It's kind of addictive. Like, oh, it's pretty good, this one.
Clean your chop. Control.
So roscón isn't the only thing you're stuffing yourself with all Christmas here in Spain. There's also polvorones, which is like dust sweets. Yeah, I know. And also turrón, which is kind of like nougat. And there's a place here in the center of Madrid which is just dedicated to turrón. That's pretty much all they sell. It's like the Toys R Us of turrón. We're going to grab some and do a tasting. So we're going to start with polvorones. These you have to be delicate with because it will literally fall apart, literally turn to dust. And when you eat it, you have to be careful because it's a choking hazard. You may die eating this stuff. You need to have a liquid nearby you.
Which is coffee there, very handy.
So it's almond, it's egg, it's lard.
Flour.
Okay, now there's another one called a mantecado. A little like the lottery, I have no idea what the difference is really.
No almonds in that one.
No almonds in this one, true. I don't know if there is much of a difference apart from
They
that.
have more flavors
That's
in
true.
mantecado.
This is a cinnamon one. So it's like a polvorón, but another name.
I find it a little bit fattier. It's just yummier.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It is.
Turrón. Let's start with the blando turrón.
Turrón in Spain is divided between preferring the blando or the duro, right?
Yeah,
Everyone
so
has
the
a
soft or the hard one.
And what is this stuff?
This is nougat. It's like, the main ingredients are honey and almonds, I believe.
Those almonds again.
I know. It's all about almonds in a Christmas. Now, this is always very messy to eat.
Mask off. Hard with the mask on.
Extra hard.
Like peanut butter. It's like a Reese's Pieces.
Pass it down. Oh, it's delicious. Next one.
Duro, hard. Sometimes it's so duro that your teeth.
Maybe in Spain, to buy your lottery ticket. And people will queue here for hours because it's a tradition. And today, they're probably going to wait 3 hours just to buy one ticket. So if you've got time on your hands, but we don't have time on our hands.
We don't, let's go.
We need to go and eat.
Now, the 24th of December is kind of the big day in Spain. You know, growing up for me, it was the 25th. That was the day you had a big lunch, you opened your presents, but it's different in Spain, right? Well, here's it. Let me eat the gambas al ajillo. Let me get my bit. This is a big Christmas dish for me. That Yoli's mother makes great gambas al ajillo.
Oh my God.
Don't burn your mouth with anxious eating. Beautiful. Nochebuena. Good night. The 24th. Good night. The 24th is the feast. This is when there's a lot of food eaten. It varies from like roast meat to fish. James gets to have his favorite dish, which is white asparagus with mayonnaise, don't you? And then there's like lovely ham and cheese and chorizo.
And there's also the King's Speech, which I grew up with the Queen's Speech, but this is the King's Speech, the Spanish King, which is always a bit dry, really. I wish you'd kind of amp it up a little bit and bring it some life. But everyone talks throughout it the whole time anyway. There's a Spanish tradition that when you're eating at the table, usually the TV is on, really loud, and everyone's shouting over it. And the King's Speech, everyone puts it on, that's a tradition, but nobody listens. They all just talk about, you know, either criticize him or whatever while he's speaking. But here's the thing I can't get used to. You go to bed on the 24th, and you wake up on the 25th in Spain, and Santa Claus has not come.
Traditionally.
He does come for some people, but traditionally comes for no one. It's complicated. You have to wait another couple of weeks, it feels like, for the gift action. You gotta get over the hump of New Year's, and then maybe you'll get something for Christmas.
So I got a great little wine shop in Madrid. It's owned by this man here. Luke, Madrid y Darracot.
You said it's the best wine shop in Madrid.
The best. Did I say best?
I think you did.
I think I said small, insignificant.
Not about me.
All right, let's get some wine. Bubbles, please. There's the bubbles. All right, you choose, Yoli, so I can
Okay, like a nice, simple cava.
Okay.
Straightforward.
Are you sure you don't want Dom Perignon for 180 euros?
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
Administrative.
Okay, so we have our cava. Oh, there I am. And we are now going to go to the Puerta del Sol because that is where New Year's Eve is celebrated. That's where the action happens. So here in the Puerta del Sol is like the key, the core of New Year's Eve in Spain. But so growing up for me, New Year's Eve was I would go to the beach with friends in New Zealand. It was summer. But here, it's like a family thing for so many people. It's actually another dinner, like on the 24th. You go and you have dinner at Yoli's parents' house. Well, you don't, I do. And you're eating dinner until like midnight still. And then you go out afterwards with friends, traditionally. And so as a good little Kiwi, the first time I had New Year's in Spain, I was exhausted by midnight. That's normally the climax. But I'm still with Yoli's mum and dad. And so we were going to go out clubbing after that. So I had to have a siesta during the day to be able to last until like 6 a.m. Dawn is the climax on New Year's Eve here in Spain. But Yoli, this clock is important. Tell us about this clock.
The whole of Spain is watching on TV this clock being filmed. And right before midnight, there's gonna be 12 strikes of the clock. 1, 2, 3, and you eat one grape at a time. And if you manage to eat the 12 grapes right before at midnight, it's really good luck for the year.
And remember, we're in Spain, a strongly Catholic and devout country. So what you'll find is of the two presenters who are presenting the chimes of the clocks, one of them, Cristina Pedroche, is very scantily clad. And that is like everybody all year is waiting to see what Cristina will wear or not wear.
Not wear, really, yeah.
What I would like to know, Yoli, is why is the man not scantily clad?
Well, go figure. It must be related to heteropatriarcado.
There's a new word for you. All right, we're joining another queue because we need to find out where the hell are the gifts? Where are the presents, Yoli? We still haven't gotten to the presents.
No present for you.
Christmas has been going for months and
No
we still
present for
haven't
you.
got any presents. The answer to that question, to that secret, is at the end of this line.
First clue, camels.
Here they are, Yoli.
So this is the key to the present. The three kings or the three wise men.
There they are. They're coming. They're coming for you. One's on an elephant.
I know, that's kind of new. One's on a horsey.
Oh my God, revisionist history. So it's those three men, the three kings, the three wise men, Los Reyes Magos, that come on the 6th of January to give the gifts. That's the Epiphany.
On the 5th of January, you would be so excited and you would leave one shoe off by the Christmas tree, and every member of the family would leave their shoe by the Christmas tree. You go to bed, and then magically in the morning of the 6th of January, next to your shoe, you're gonna have the present. Finally, it's getting more and more confusing nowadays, and so Father Christmas or Santa Claus is more and more popular as opposed to the three kings. And there's also some confusion by which
Three Santa Claus?
Three Santa Claus.
And if you look really closely into the nativity scene, you might see a man with his pants down, crouching, and how do we say it?
Defecating.
Defecating, the scientific term. This is a Catalan tradition, and he's called the caganer. They have this kind of wonderful scatological humor in Catalonia, and so they'll hide in the nativity scene a man defecating. And there's another scatological tradition in Catalonia, which is wonderful, and it's called the cagatío, or the pooping log. And so you have literally this log with a smiley face on it in your home, and you feed it over Christmas.
To run, I think.
I think so. I don't know. And then we're in Madrid. I haven't done this. Your family are not doing the pooping log, Jolly. Then the children start to beat it with sticks and sing a song, beat the log, and the log poops candy. Defecates. Thank you. Candy. Turron. Things like that. So I told you it was weird, guys. We wanted to give a massive thank you to all the members who have supported.
Okay, chicos, did you understand anything at all?
Yes, sir. 22nd December को sir lottery वाला system जो था.
So I'll tell you one thing. We all feel कि Santa Claus आता है 25th को और gift लेके जाता है, but that's not truth. I'll tell you this in the next class. So 6th January को होता है ये.
Yes, sir, 6th January.
Dia de los Reyes Magos नाम से एक फेस्टिवल है, which is the day of three magical kings. वो लोग आके गिफ्ट देके जाते हैं, ना कि Santa Claus स्पेन में. Okay, so हमें ऐसा लगता है कि Santa Claus is come, he will give gifts, but that's not the tradition there. It's the three Reyes Magos. Okay, I'll show you more videos. Let's see. I guess first we'll do our block in the next class. That's on Thursday, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll continue on the next class. This would be it for today. First, let me stop the recording.